Hello children, today our new lesson is construction of triangles. Okay, last year also you learned few constructions. What are those? The first thing that you learned is constructing a straight line segment. Okay, then you learned to construct an equilateral triangle. That means all the three sides are equal in this equilateral triangle. Okay, you learned that also. Then you learned to construct regular hexagon also with two different methods, okay, with the help of the equilateral triangle and also with the help of the circle. Okay, firstly I will recall those things before we are constructing other triangles. Okay, in your textbook, in the review exercise, see the first question. You need to construct the straight line segment AB with the length 7.9 centimeters. Okay, firstly we need to draw a straight line by keeping the ruler. Okay, by keeping the ruler, draw a straight line segment freely. Then mark the starting point like this. Okay, by a small line segment. Then measure 7.9 centimeters to the compass. Okay, with the help of the ruler you measure 7.9. Then this middle point should be kept at the starting point that you marked. Okay, thereafter draw a small arc segment to mark 7.9. Okay, by keeping the middle point here with the pencil point, you draw an arc. This curved line segment is called an arc. Okay, so this point, starting point I am naming as A, ending point I am naming as B. So this length is 7.9 centimeters. Sometimes it's little hard for you to measure the lengths, no? So you better do like this. Okay, usually what do we do? By adjusting the compass, we are measuring, we are keeping the ruler on the desk. Thereafter we are measuring by keeping the middle point at point 0. We are adjusting this compass and measuring it. Sometimes you struggle with this. So if it is hard for you to manage, you do like this. In a separate paper, you draw the line segment from 0 to 7.9. Accurately draw it, okay, with the help of the ruler. Thereafter, using the compass, by adjusting it, now you no need the ruler, you can measure the same length by adjusting it, okay. But every time don't go to do that. When you go to upper grades, this will be easy for you to handle the ruler and the compass both, okay. So this is how we construct a straight line segment. Then the second question, construct an equilateral triangle of side length 5.4 centimeters. Okay, at that time also, by leaving the space up to draw the triangle, we are drawing a small line segment and marking the starting point. Thereafter measure 5.4 centimeters to the compass. Okay, then keeping at the starting point, draw one arc segment. Okay, just think from here I drew. Okay, then in equilateral triangle all the sides are equal, no? So after drawing an arc segment there, by keeping at the same point, you draw another arc segment up and go to the next point here and draw another arc segment up as if to cut the previous arc. Did you understand? Firstly, follow the same step that you follow to draw a straight line segment. Okay, then without changing the length that you have taken, with the same length, go to the starting point, keep the middle point there, draw an arc segment up. If you want to draw the triangle up, okay, if you want to draw the triangle down, go to down and draw the arc. Then after drawing one arc segment up, go to the other point, draw another arc segment as if to cut the previous arc. So you may get these two arc segments like this. So after, by keeping the ruler, you can join these points. Then this is an equilateral triangle. If they have given us a name, we could have labeled this as ABC triangle likewise. Okay, they haven't given any letters, so leave it as it is, right? Then the third one is what? Construct a circle of radius 4 centimeters and center O. Now measure 4 centimeters, radius is 4 centimeters. By keeping the point, we can draw a circle. Okay, the center is O. Then they have asked us to construct the regular hexagon ABCDEF of side length 4 centimeters. Right, before going to that, I will get the use of this. Okay, the radius is 4. So firstly we will measure 4 centimeters and draw the correct. I will take 8 centimeters. Okay, here I will take 8 centimeters. Firstly I am drawing the circle. Right. Now we can mark the center also. This is the center. Now you can start from any point that you want. I am marking a small point on the circle. Then without changing the length I have taken, see, I am keeping the middle point on the point where I marked on the circle. Then draw one line, arc segment. Go to that point, keep the middle point there. Draw another arc segment to cut the circle. Likewise, in the order you can mark the arcs. See, now we can join these arc segments. That means we can see the points that the circle and these arc segments are intersecting. So accurately join those points. Sometimes I have noticed that students are joining this end of these arc segments. Also it's wrong. See, the intersection points should be joined like this. This is how to construct a regular hexagon. This is one method. See, hope you understood this. And we need to label it as A to F in the order A, B, C, D, E, F. This is the regular hexagon. Next, the other method is with the help of the equilateral triangle. I changed the length now. Okay. Take the length that you are given. Okay, a small length I have taken. Firstly, we need to construct that equilateral triangle. See how I am constructing it. Here this is the straight line segment. Okay. Then I am marking the same length arc with 2 arc segments. Then complete that triangle. This is the equilateral triangle. Complete that triangle firstly. Now, without changing the length that you have taken, go to the original point. The first point is this. From there, again draw an arc segment in left side. Okay. To this side I am going to draw few equilateral triangles in an order anti-clockwise. Okay. From this point I drew an arc. Now go to the last point that you drew. First point, this is the last point we made. And now cut the previous arc. Then join those points again. Another equilateral triangle. There can be mistakes in my diagram because not on a horizontal plane I am drawing here. Okay. Now without changing the same length, go to the starting point, draw an arc segment, go to the last point, draw another arc segment, join them. You can continue the same procedure. Last point, starting point, next last point, starting point, now simply you can join this point here, regular hexagon. Right, now children, we are going to construct the triangles now. Okay, here we are going to learn how to construct an isosceles triangle. That means only two sides are equal there. Okay, and the scalene triangle. All the three sides are different. But children, before going to the construction part, we should know whether that means in any triangle there are three sides. No, for these three sides there are three lengths. They can be equal or sometimes different. So when we are given any three lengths, can we really form a triangle? Will it be a triangle actually? Now we are going to check with when we are given any three lengths, can we construct triangle at any time? Okay, how are we deciding it? See, I have given you few values. Just think these three are the lengths of three sides of a triangle. Okay, firstly we will add 2 by 2 and get the remaining side. That means when I am adding the first two, the sum of the first two is 7 and the remaining side is 5. When we add two sides, the sum must be greater than the remaining side. It's greater, right? So in the same way, another pair I am taking 4 and 5. When I add 4 and 5, it's 9. The sum is 9. What is the remaining side? It's 3. There also the sum of those two sides is greater than the remaining side. Next we can add the first and last. Okay, 3 and 5 is 8 and the remaining side is 4. There also the sum is greater. So every time when you are given three lengths, okay, you are going to check whether you can draw a triangle or not. So when you are given any three lengths, 2 by 2, you add the sides and see whether the sum is greater than the remaining sides. Every time the sum must be greater than the remaining side, remember. If any one of these three became less than the remaining side, with that triple we cannot construct a triangle. There cannot be a triangle. A triangle doesn't exist with those three values. Okay, but here we can see the sum of the two sides every time greater than the remaining side. So a triangle can be formed. Here I will write this is the sum and this is the remaining side. Next we will go to this example. Firstly I am adding the first two sides. 3 and 4 is 7. Remaining side is 9. It's less, right? Okay, we will continue, doesn't matter. By this even we can decide, no, the sum is less than the remaining. So this can't be a triple to draw a triangle. This, with the help of these three values, we cannot draw a triangle. Just think, this is 10 centimeters. Okay, I am giving the other two sides as 2 centimeters and 3 centimeters. Okay, 2 centimeters to any side though we do. Okay, those two sides must be very small, no? So how can we join them? Will there be a triangle? No. So every time in this way by drawing we cannot decide it, no? So this is the procedure to check it. So just we will add the rest also to practice this. Next two, 9 and 4 is 13. Remaining side is 3. There the sum is greater. Next, first and last, sum is 12. Remaining side is 4. Sum is greater. Here no point of getting these two sums as greater. Why is that? Here the sum is smaller. This is the problem we have. When we add at least one became like this, we cannot draw a triangle, remember. Okay, next again we will add the first two. 10 is the sum, remaining side is 9, value is greater. These two we will add. 16, remaining side is 3, greater. First and last, 12, remaining side is 7. All the sums are greater than the remaining side. So a triangle can be drawn. Next, the first two we will add. 9, remaining side is 7, greater. Next two, 12, remaining side is 4, Next, first and last, 11. Remaining side is 5. Greater. All the three sums are greater. If all the three sums are greater than the remaining side only, we can draw a triangle. Here also, first two, 8, remaining side 4. So we know that all the three situations, same values are coming. Sum is greater in all the three. Can draw a triangle. Next example, 3 plus 3, 6. Remaining side is 7. 3 plus 7 is 10. Remaining side is 3. 3 plus 7 again 10. Remaining side is 3. Here these two are greater, these two sums are greater, but here it's less. If the sum is less, there cannot be a triangle. Sometimes all the three sums can be less than the remaining side. So at that time also can't draw a triangle. This is how we decide it. Now children, we will learn to construct isosceles triangles. In isosceles triangles, only two sides are equal. For an example, we are going to construct ABC triangle. In this ABC triangle, AB side is 6 centimeters and these two are the two equal sides. The length is 3.5 centimeters. Before constructing this, you better draw a small rough sketch of this. Okay, with your free hand, you draw a small rough sketch. It makes easy for us to make our construction. Okay, that means simply I am drawing ABC triangle. So I am naming these three sides as ABC. AB has 6 centimeters, BC and CA both have 3.5 centimeters. This is a small rough sketch. Okay, now you should know that there should be arc segments when you construct this. Okay, now I will construct this and show you. Firstly, I am drawing a small line segment and marking the starting point, that is A. Then I am measuring 6 centimeters. Okay, then the down line AB should be with the length 6 centimeters. Here I drew the arc segment. This is point B, right? Then the other two should be 3.5, no? So measure 3.5 there. Then by placing the middle point at A, above I am drawing one arc segment. Then I am placing the middle point at point B and drawing another arc segment as if to cut the previous arc. Then we can see an intersection point. One single point has been formed. So from that point to A, draw one line, join A and that new point. Again join point B and that new point. What is this new point? It is point C. Now if you want, you can write the lengths of them also. 3.5 centimeters, 3.5 centimeters. Understood? Usually when we take the pencil, it should be a shorter one. Okay, otherwise when we draw the arc segments, this pencil touches our hand. So sometimes the distances that we measure can be changed. Okay, that's why usually a short pencil is provided in the instrument box. Okay, so this is our first example, isosceles triangle. It's easy. Okay, the length should be marked up by placing in starting point and the end point, right? Next, our example is, it's a scalene triangle. In scalene triangle, all the three sides are different. Okay, what is the name of the triangle? ABC. I am drawing a small rough sketch. ABC. AB side is 6. I am taking this down side as AB. It is 6 centimeters. Okay, then point C should be here, no, up, no. BC, this side should be 5 centimeters. AC side should be 3 centimeters. This is my rough diagram. If you want, you can draw the arc segments with the pencil also. Okay, now we will construct this. Firstly, we need to measure 6 centimeters. Okay, then we will draw the straight line segment also. this is the starting point. Then I have measured 6 centimeters. Now I am drawing the arc segment to mark B. This is point A, starting point, this is point B. Next, I need to measure 3 centimeters. After measuring these 3 centimeters, I am placing the middle point at A and drawing a free arc. Then again to that side we want 5 centimeters, so need to measure 5 centimeters and placing the middle point at point B, we will cut the previous arc. If it is not cutting, again go to point A and draw the arc segment as if to cut. Now point A and new intersection point should be joined. Then point B and the new intersection new point should be joined. Right. If you want, can mention the lengths also. So in the same way I have given you another example. Okay, 4 centimeters, 3 centimeters, 5 centimeters. So here also you can construct this. Before that, draw a small rough sketch. Sometimes after this, that means after constructing the triangle, you may be asked some questions. Okay, sometimes they may ask you to measure the angles, magnitudes of the 3 angles. So at that time, here angle A, angle B, angle C, or you have learned some more methods to name the angles, so like that even can write. So by placing the protractor correctly, that means to measure this angle, keep the protractor here from 0 to this point. Every time there are 2 scales in a protractor, start from 0 every time. This is the angle we need to measure. So from 0, that in a scale low outer scale, you can go through that and get the relevant value from here. To measure this angle, place the protractor like this. Okay, 0, the middle point should be here. From 0 every time start, from 0 until you meet this line, you need to go and get the particular value. Every time start from 0. Now to measure this angle, you place the protractor like this, or else to this side also you can place. Okay, so here from there can be 2 values, 0 and 180. So every time start measuring from 0 and along with that line you go and find the particular value from here. Okay, after finding the magnitudes of the 3 angles, they may ask you what type of triangle is this according to the angles. Now we have named these triangles as scalene triangle, isosceles or equilateral triangles according to the sides, that is how we categorize the triangles, according to the side lengths. But here according to the angles, how can we name? The triangle can be what? Acute angle triangle. If all the 3 angles are acute angles, that triangle is an acute angle triangle. So that means you go through the values here. If all the 3 are acute angles, that means less than 90 degrees, they are acute angles. If so, that triangle is an acute angle triangle. If one of these 3 is more than 90 degrees, that is called obtuse angle triangle. So if all the 3 are smaller than 90 degrees, that triangle is acute angle triangle. If one of these 3 is greater than 90 degrees but less than 180, it should be, So if it is greater than 90 degrees, 1, we call it as obtuse angle triangle. And if one of these 3, only one, okay, one of these 3 is 90 degrees, a right angle, we call it as right angle triangle. Okay, then when you get obtuse angle triangle or right angle triangle, you no need to worry about the other 2 angles. They are automatically what? Acute angles only. Okay, the 2 remaining angles must be acute angles every time. So I hope that you got a little idea about constructing triangles. So every time the same procedure like you followed in equilateral triangle, the difference is we are changing the lengths. By measuring different lengths, we need to draw the arcs, only that much. Thereafter we need to join the points. Okay, hope that you understood the lesson, then you can do your exercises in your textbook.